What is up, everybody? So today's video is going to be about why meat is good for you. Hopefully by the end of this video, you will see why the vilifying of meat is just misguided information. So most of the studies that come out and say meat is bad for you, it comes from epidemiological studies. What epidemiology does is it takes a population, gathers data from that population, and tries to make inferences based on that data. So for example, meat has been vilified for so long because in these epidemiological studies, people who eat more meat tend to have more negative health outcomes. And let's go through and why that is not reliable data. Okay, so for so long we've been saying meat is bad for you. Saturated fat, cholesterol is bad for you. So the people who tend to eat more meat and not care about their health, they tend to be unhealthy in other areas of their life. So let's say for example, you have a friend. He's heard that meat is bad for you, but guess what? He still eats meat. You know why? Because he doesn't really care about his health. So not only does he eat more meat, he doesn't exercise. He doesn't get his 8 hours of sleep. He doesn't go out and get some sun. He overall doesn't really care about his health. That's why he eats a lot of meat. Not only does he eat a lot of meat, he eats meat with all the bad stuff, the inflammatory oils. He eats sugar. He eats everything else that people eat with meat. So that's very unreliable data. It's called the healthy user bias. So people who don't eat meat, guess what? They're more likely to be healthier overall because they've heard that meat is not good for you. So not only that, they eat less meat, they exercise more, they go out and get sun, they go and get sleep. They take care of the health in other areas of life. So that's why epidemiological studies, it only can make associations and not causations. Just because people who eat more meat is associated with negative health outcomes does not mean that the meat is the cause of it. What if you took care of your health in all areas of your life and you eat a meat-based heavy diet and you didn't eat sugar, you didn't eat inflammatory seed oils, you didn't eat a lot of refined carbs? That would bring out a different result, which epidemiological studies cannot make. So that's the first point. The second point is meat and evolution. Meat has been part of our evolutionary diet for literally millions of years. Human beings, Homo sapiens, have been eating meat. It's theorized that meat has caused our brain to triple in size. Because meat is a very calorically dense food, you have to eat a lot less of it to get more calories, to get more nutrition. So it's a much more efficient way to get calories. A gorilla, on the other hand, they can only eat leaves, plants. They eat for hours and hours and hours in the day, and they have different digestive systems than we do, so they can break down the plant matter. We don't. We have much more simple digestive systems, which allow for digesting meat. So meat has been part of our diet for hundreds and thousands of years, millions of years. Why is it that something that's been part of our diet for so many years suddenly be bad for us? I would say there's more new foods out there. Again, the sugar, the inflammatory seed oils, and the refined carbs. Those are the ones that's causing the disease. They're new foods in the diet. You can't blame meat for that. Another point is that humans love the taste of meat. Almost all cultures, all cultures have some type of meat in the diet, and meat is a prized food. There have been no human cultures, populations that have subsisted on just a vegan diet. Meat, everywhere in the world, humans like meat. And this is talking when we're just born as a child. If you give a child just a choice, a plate of meat versus a plate of vegetables, what are they naturally going to go for? Again, we have these crazy brains that there's vegans out there who they have psychologically made meat a bad thing for them. When they were born with the natural inclination to consume meat. And animal foods is one of the most highly nutritious foods on this planet. If you're talking about animal organ meats, they are at the top of the most nutritious foods on the planet. Yes, there are plant foods on there, but meat, not only is meat highly nutritious, it doesn't come with anti-nutrients. Anti-nutrients, you'll find that a lot in plant foods because that's the plant's mechanism for preventing predation. So they had not only the plants, yes, they might be nutritious, but you have to take note of their anti-nutrients because that's a defense mechanism against predators. And the final question here is, what are the best sources of meat? Obviously, in America, we do have a lot of unhealthy meat out there. They're fed grain, they're fed soy, not the animal's natural diet. Of course, a lot of people eat beef, but beef, the natural diet of the cow is grass. That's where you will get the healthy source of meat. Animals, where the animal eats their natural diet. Chickens, they naturally eat insects. They'll go out in the pasture and eat insects. They do not eat grains, what we feed them nowadays. Pork as well. Pork eats a lot of things, or pigs eat a lot of things. But now all they fed is grains. Corn, cheap, really cheap corn, cheap grains. And so the best sources are, of course, the wild-caught seafood, the grass-fed ruminants, the animals that are on their natural diet, getting a lot of sun. Healthy animals create healthy meat. So that is the video for today. Why meat is good for you. First of all, a lot of the negative vilifying of meat comes from epidemiological studies, which are very unreliable. Meat has been part of the human evolution for millions of years. Humans all across the world, all cultures, have meat in their diet as part of their natural diet. Almost all humans are born liking the taste of meat. Meat is one of the most highly nutritious, bioavailable foods that we have for humans. They come with a complete amino acid profile, complete protein, and the best sources of meat are coming from healthy animals, wild-caught seafood, grass-fed ruminants, chickens that ate their natural diet out in the pasture. Okay, so that's today's video. I hope you guys learned something. Hopefully you don't buy into the whole plant-based agenda out there, and eat some more meat in your diet. Eat some eggs, animal foods. All right, so that's all for today. Peace out.